Welcome back to the Morning Line on TVG. Growing up in the horse racing industry, I've seen so many facets that maybe don't get the star quality that they probably deserve. They don't get the time on air necessarily, and you're seeing plenty of photos there of just the beautiful moments that encompasses horse racing that maybe doesn't get the attention that it deserves. So for this week, in our Good for Racing segment, we're focusing on the gate crew, and we know how important they are.
Widely recognized as one of the best in the country, the starting gate crew at Santa Anita are the unsung heroes at the track. Daily performing tasks considered to be some of the most dangerous in sports. Jay Slender is the head starter.
My job as a starter is to try to give everybody a clean break, a fair shot at the race. If it's the trainer, the owners, the jockeys, the gamblers, you know, everybody.
And away they go to a good beginning.
Charged with safely and cleanly loading and breaking 1,000-pound racehorses, the gate crew has to be acutely aware of their surroundings at all times.
Things happen so fast, you can get hurt so quick. I was loading the gate, and I had this horse jump completely over the top of me, smashed me through the front doors, completely separated my arm right out of socket. Bashed in the back of my head pretty good. There's been other times where I've been completely flipped out of the back end of the starting gate.
Fans don't usually notice the gate crew, and for them, that is just fine.
Unless you really look for it, you don't really see it in the grandstand.
On these big races, you know, you feel it. It's just like anything. You can feel the crowd, you know, cheering or roaring, especially the Breeders' Cup days or big races, but you just got to blank it all out. You got to make it fun.
For doing their job safely and professionally on a daily basis, the gate crew is good for racing.
There's no better way to describe the gate crew than unsung heroes, as you can see in that package there. People don't normally notice them, but they have kept our jockeys and our equine athletes absolutely safe, and as much as they possibly can. And so you have to hand it to the gate crew because they are those unsung heroes that deserve a little bit of on-air time.
Yeah, the jockeys really rely on them inside the gate. Number one, they're, have to hold the horse's head and get them out straight. But if something happens, especially in quarter horse racing, where these horses are a lot more rambunctious, they're really there, the assistant starters, to catch the jockeys if they happen to fall or be trapped in the gate and really rescue them. And it's not only at night or in the daytime that these guys have to work. In the early morning hours, they have to be out there to help horses school and train how to go into the gate as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my dad had a pretty horrific accident in the morning opening day at Del Mar, and if it wasn't for the starting gate crew helping him out, I'm pretty sure that it would have been a more horrific accident than it was. But let's hear how my dad describes it.
Well, we were going back to school a gray colt. He's actually a fully intact colt at the gate. And I was on my pony, and AC Valenzuela was on the horse. So we got back there, and he was being a bit bad. So they had AC get off of him, and I stayed on my pony, and they wanted to do a little bit of schooling. I mean, so they put a shank over his nose and kind of to reprimand him to be good. So it got pretty bad back there. He started rearing up and giving him a hard time. And then they continued to work with him. They put him inside the gate. And as they were working on him, the bridle came off over his head, and they couldn't stop him. So he went right through the front of the gate, and I kind of parked myself on the side just to get out of his way because they're trying to shoo him back behind and catch him so he wouldn't get loose. So I turned my back away from the horse, and next thing I know, he reared up on top of me and my pony and grabbed me in the back on here and picked me literally up in the air off my pony, and at that point I blacked out. And I don't remember anything, but from what I understand, he dropped me on the ground, he was over me and about ready to stomp me. And the gate crew did a great job just to literally save my life.
I mean, he said it all there, and it was an absolutely terrifying experience for me, being at home, waiting to have breakfast with my dad and hearing that he was savaged in the morning by this horse. And if it were not for the gate crew, my dad may not still be alive. So I truly, truly owe my father's life to the gate crew.
It's a scary thing, and you wouldn't think of that being something that happens in the morning. You know, you always
Right.
think racing happens in the afternoon, and that's when the gate crew makes their money. But no, it's really an all-around-the-clock job for these guys.
Oh, absolutely. They are 1,000% essential to this sport. 24 hours a day. They truly are, and I can't thank them enough for not only what they've done for my father in the morning, saving his life, but what they do for the jockeys and the horses every day.
Good for racing, no doubt about it, and a great part of our series here that we've been showing over the last week or two. Hashtag good for racing. You're going to start seeing that a lot.
And I'm sure plenty of people out there have their own stories about how certain people have been great for racing. So use that hashtag good for racing at